Hey guys, this is Colin Klein, founder and director of Zach Group, professional headhunter, and now some bald guy with a very tight t-shirt giving you recruitment advice online. This week, I'm going to provide double the value and I'm going to be running it in two segments. The first segment is how to ask interview questions to ensure that you're going to get a call back. And the second one is how to ask interview questions that are going to make you look like a complete moron. Also note, here's that photo of my three little dogs. Last week I said that for every new subscriber, my dogs are going to get a treat. I'm going to shoot that at the end of this video. The black one is Bruno, the white one is Evie, the brown one has chewed many of my headphones and cost me a lot of money. His name is Charlie, so leave a comment in the description of which dog you would like me to give treats to next week. So let's do it. These are the questions to ask if you want to look like a complete moron. Just joking, these are the closing questions to ask to go from interview to landing that job. Closing questions to ask. In summary, you need to ask questions that shows that you have done the extra mile research or that highlights certain advantageous and desirable traits about yourself, such as hard work, being able to think outside of the box, or the willingness to go the extra mile. Here are some examples. If I am successful in landing this role, I love being overprepared and I take my career very seriously. What can I do to ensure that I hit the ground running right away? I want to be overprepared and bridge any skills gap prior to starting a new role. What can I study up on immediately, such as your product or your value proposition? I noticed that you recently acquired XYZ Corporation. Very interesting acquisition, by the way. How are you planning on integrating their technology into your current technology stack? I'm a keen and avid follower of the organization. To be honest, I have been for quite a long time. One of the things that I have noticed is that your stock price has actually tripled in the last 3 years. What do you think causes that success? I noticed that you recently won an award for being one of the world's best places to work. Why do you think people love working here so much? By the way, just as an idea, I know that XYZ company is quite strong within the mining space. Do you mind if I send you a case study of what I've been doing within the oil and gas sector, which I believe is a $30 billion market, around how we can penetrate that particular space? What do you think are the unique attributes of your absolute highest performer, and how can I replicate them? Or you make them sell themselves on you by doing this. Ask them questions like, what do you think makes me a good fit for this role? What can I do to differentiate myself and make myself stand out from the other candidates applying for this role? Can you tell me about your current team environment and who do you think would work well within that team? Or you can go down the personal route, which also works really well. I saw that you're a Manchester United fan. Did you watch the game against Chelsea? On a side note, probably don't work for someone who's a Manchester United supporter. Just joking, not really. I saw on LinkedIn that you're a keen cyclist. Are you more into road bikes or mountain bikes? I saw on LinkedIn that you're a huge fan of Indian cooking. I'll be completely honest, cooking is a bit of a passion of mine. I suppose, what is it about Indian cuisine that you love so much? And the last question to ask, close them. Ask, do you have any concerns about my profile? And will I be seeing you again? Trust me, it works. So basically, everything that I've just done there, it shows that I've been very well prepared. It shows that I can think outside of the box. It shows very advantageous or desirable traits within myself as a candidate. And I've just done what 95% of candidates do not do. I've closed them in the interview. So now on the flip side, I'm going to tell you the questions which absolutely not to ask. I've seen candidates ask this in an interview process. You would assume common sense, but common sense is not always common. So if you want to look like a complete moron, these questions are for you. What are my actual day-to-day responsibilities? If you haven't taken the time to read the position description before going into an interview, what does your company actually do? Brilliant. Just brilliant. Will I have to work long hours and stay back after 5:30? Excellent. Do you monitor internet usage and can I make personal calls during the day? Will you be monitoring my social media profile? Can I arrive late and leave early as long as I get the work in? How soon do you promote employees? And God help me, for the love of everything good in this world, do not ask questions around politically sensitive subjects. Now there are some questions that you would genuinely like to get clarification on, and I'll tell you how to approach them. 3 most common questions which people can feel uncomfortable asking, which you should ask, are, can I have flexibility to pick up my kids? Can I work 4 days for the purposes of study or taking care of my kids? And what is the salary? Now my personal recommendation is don't do that in the initial interview. I completely understand why you want to ask those questions, and rightfully you should ask those questions, but bring it in after the first interview. In the first interview, all I want you to do is walk in there and just absolutely nail it. If you've developed rapport and if they're hooked on you as a candidate, when they call you back for the second interview, either ask them on the telephone, just mention, I share picking up duties of my kids with my husband or my wife, etc., etc. Do you provide flexible work hours? Or I'm looking at undertaking an MBA sometime later this year. If I am to do that, do you provide flexible working hours? In summary, you absolutely should ask those questions. Just don't ask them in the first interview. Wait until you've built the rapport, wait until they're quite keen on you as a candidate, and then bring those questions in. That's it, guys. That's how to ask questions to close out an interview process. I hope that this provided a lot of value, and I'll see you in the next video.